And that's the end of the year for my bricklaying for 2023. It's all done. Here at the Wahroonga Seventh-day Adventist Church. Bricklaying's hard. Really, really hard. But somebody's got to do it. The older you get, you have good days and bad days. And, you try and work through all those things. The main thing is you've got to be well aware of where you are mentally. And that counts out alcohol, drugs, and other chemicals that are going to disrupt where your mind should be. You will get caught out. There's no doubt about it. And if you're persistent with it, you're just not going to have the breakthrough. You're just not going to get the blessings that you should. You're going to get left behind. You're going to be like a chipped brick, one of them. You're not going to go in the wall. Because you'll default. You'll waver, you'll stammer, you'll lurch, you'll misfire. And some people put themselves in that position because they're more comfortable with that than being normal. That's what I've learnt. And that doesn't help anyone. It just doesn't get anyone anywhere. It doesn't accomplish anything for anyone. And that's sad. Really sad. Because when you're trying to get somewhere in life and you've got people around you that are just not going to be straight like that is, and I'll shut for 2023. It's not going to be fair on you. I know, because I've seen it with my own two eyes, how it plays out, and it's not good. Not good. And they don't care. You can say to these people, look, this is going to have an impact on the relationship, or is this the best way to go? And they won't listen. They'll have other people that they're delving in all that stuff with who don't care either. So you're putting good energy into an investment that's going to bring energy that's not the same. And that's going to catch up on you. It's going to work against you. It's going to disrupt you. And you got to make decisions. In the end, what's going to happen anyway? These people, hang on, they're going to blame you for anything that's going wrong anyway. That's what I've found. You end up getting the blame for the shortcomings of interferers and people that just didn't choose to grow. They decided to be on drugs and shit. And they all end up in hospitals and sick, and there's always something wrong because they don't resolve anything. And life goes by. Like these old people here, life just passes you by. They could have been married 50, 60 years, those two, you don't know. But you get to a point in life where it's passed you by, and it's a matter of how you want to decide to do it. There's a lot of people that have spent decades with people that just haven't performed properly in the relationship. They just haven't been able to do the right thing and gotten to the end of it and decided to call everything and everyone a narcissist and this and that and all the other. Well, maybe the sinful nature does a good enough job without labeling it names like that, but that suits a certain theme for people. Then you start getting terms like narcissism's evil, and then you're coming back to the Bible, aren't you? You're coming back to the sinful nature that works inside all of us. And it's just random. It just will pop up as it suits itself. That's what it does. It comes up as it chooses and as it wills. And you can't prevent that. Some people are aware of it, other people aren't. And the conscience isn't enough to beat the sinful nature. It's a whole way in which we think, the things that we do. It's very complex. One thing's for sure, the Bible tells you all about it and how it will get you. It can get you through things that you idolise. Humans aren't to be idolised. God's not even to be idolised. But we've got a way of idolising people and things that do none of us any good. These things catch up on us. They get you in trouble. Because when you see what you're doing then is you're measuring your reward bias by the effort you put in. But that's not how free will works. Free will reward you how it chooses or punish you how it chooses. It doesn't have to be on a moral scale. That's the danger of morality and relationships and all that. Human nature can change on a dime. And it does, and it will. And then you get these people that are being treated like crap and they still keep giving and they still keep devoting and they think things are going to change. They're not going to change. If things aren't changing while you're doing good, don't think things are going to change when you're trying to bring down the hammer. No, these people, man, they ain't changing for no one. That ain't happening. And we live in a very selfish world now. Jesus said, in the end, the love of many will grow cold. You know, I split up my last relationship. I let it go because there was just so much hostility and void and all the rest of it. I felt betrayal trauma. Betrayal trauma on the basis of just not fixing anything. It was shocking. Betrayal trauma. And I think she had betrayal trauma, but it better not have been from me. It had to have been from her son who caused all the trouble. Nightmare of a bloke. Nightmare. But, you know, enmeshment's got a way of covering things up. It's not going to fix anything. Problem with enmeshment too is when it manifests and you get people starting to go into psychological collapse and all that sort of stuff, and they're leaving their jobs and making wrong decisions, and you know, once you're out of the picture, once your energy and vibrations removed from their lives and they can just settle back into the level that they're at, they will come out of it. They might not recover fully, but they will come out of the shock of the light, the bright light that's come in. The light will shock people. It will shock people beyond comprehension. You got no idea. And, you know, it's like the darkness. The darkness will kill people if you let it go far enough. But the light will shock people like an electric shock. It'll shock people. And they've got to work out how they're going to deal with that shock. Now, one or two things can happen. On the one hand, the shock can cause them to go, right, oh, well, I need to fix some things. I need to straighten out some things in my life. I need to improve some things. And they begin to challenge the darkness, and family members and people that are playing up and being stupid challenge them to grow. They become a black sheep and maybe even break away from the family for a while to get their head straight. Then you've got the other side where they just surrender to the darkness, even though the light's awakened them. For a second the light come on and then they just go back to the darkness. And that's it. That's all there is to it. They just give way to the darkness, and that's their lot for their life. Before you know it, it's over. Life's over. Done. Done and dusted. They die from all sorts of diseases and, from chemicals and the stuff that they do. And there was a way out of all of it, but they didn't want it. Not everybody wants the solution. And, they surrender to where they've put themselves and where they're allowing themselves to go. The light can't help them. They've had every opportunity for the light to change their destiny in life. They've made every opportunity and had every opportunity for life to be fair to them. And they've chosen, and it's a conscious choice. There's no excuse. There'll be no excuses at the end to make that their lifestyle. It can be a religion, overdoing religion. So what are you doing with your life? Just being straight will put you so far ahead, but no, that's not cool. That's not cool for the fools to be straight. No, you got to take something or have something or identify with your illnesses and victim mentality. No, you don't. Turn it around. Come back to yourself. It'll straighten out.